So for me, I feel like it's an able thing to brag. Um, no, I'm not trying to disrespect any tribe. You get me? But I am just being realistic. So apparently, this might not sit well with some of my Igbo friends. But you know me, I always say like it is. It's an Igbo thing to drag. So this thing of Timini and what's it called? Um, Zubby. Let me just settle it for you guys. Sometimes ago, probably 2 years ago, I think I am one actress that I was working with, Linda C for the Beanie actress. We went for a shoot in, I think, was it in Delta? I can't remember. Either Delta, somewhere in the east, I guess. Yeah, I can't really recall it. Then, Destiny Etiko was her name, was on that set. So, I think she already had that. They are bringing Linda from Lagos, and Linda already have a stuff. She already have stuff on Netflix, which makes her more international and get level past Destiny. So on getting to that set, there was this, Linda. We went with a Corolla because we couldn't, because we had to go by road. Yeah, it was Beanie. It should be Beanie. So we went by road, I guess. Yeah, we went by road. And on getting there, we got to the set. So this was what I observed. The moment Destiny or whatsoever her name is, the moment she saw Linda, she was trying to do bragging right, and she was trying to form like a PA, talking to her PA, trying to let everyone know that she's got a PA. She was sharp everywhere. Linda being a Lagos and Edo babe, she was just on her own, and the Canada girl in her was just playing the maturity and all of that. And so the next thing she was like, they should go and bring her car. She was trying to form that she was driving a car, and she was literally driving, I think, a GLE or so, without her knowing that Linda has a GLK, that kind of car, Sego, Mustafa Sego just bought. Linda was literally driving that in Lagos, but we couldn't take it. So we took the Corolla down there. So she was trying to form this thing. That is not where I'm going. Nollywood Igbo actors, they always think they are doing better. Nollywood Igbo actors that are still doing the bad thing, that are yet to have the kind of breakthrough that likes of Timini got already. They always feel they are doing better than this guy simply because the ABBA jobs are always consistent and they are well known there. In reality, most of you are going to social media to check net worths of all these guys. That's the dumbest thing you can ever do. Going to social media to check net worths of people. You get me? That's the dumbest thing. Timini, a very great guy that I've met very well. He hardly talks. He talks whenever he's with guys. He's going to have normal conversation that guys are supposed to be having, but he will never position himself as a celebrity. I have met Timini on different occasions. As of that year I was talking about, that should be 2022. Timini was driving a Benz, the normal car version of the one Linda was driving. That was what Timini was driving. And he has another Benz as a 10. So he literally just copied the one he brought to that location for that shoot in Lagos where I met him. Meanwhile, Zubby was still probably somewhere, trying to figure it out with his ABBA thing. Don't let some words of mouth fool you, because in reality, I can tell you, Timini is more international than Zubby. No disrespect to anyone. From what I know, from what I understand, and from things I can put together. Okay, when was it? When did it started making sense for Zubby? When he linked up with them, Davido, Chief Cubana, when he was trying to play. She saw the way he was jumping on Davido's car, acting like Timini's never gonna do that. Class, personality, swag, everything. So I feel like it is wrong for Zubby to assume himself as the biggest actor in Africa. Nah, bro, stop it. Sure, you the wine meanie. No, you're not. You're not close to being the biggest actor in Africa. because in most of Timini's role on movies on Netflix is always like the main character. Till you have a movie where you're playing the main character, that is when you're supposed to come out and talk about how you're the biggest actor in Africa. Fine, you guys did a premiere or you guys went somewhere, one or two, three fans were coming. It is simply because there are fans that are watching the ABBA movies. The ABBA movie industry can never be as big as Netflix. They can never cut a Netflix production is going to cut a bigger check than the ABBA movie, because the highest the ABBA movie will pay you is 300k, 500k, maybe highest 1 million or 1.5. But for a Timini that is well educated, that understand the business, that knows what they call face value, he's never going to cut a check of 2 million naira for a Netflix production, except if you are like his guy. So now let's look at it from this perspective. Don't let us talk about the side hustle, the gift and everything. Don't let us talk about the free money. Let us talk about the numbers, the movies that are being put out there from perspective of international level, and not the the ABBA thing that all these guys are doing. If Zubby cut a check of 2 million naira for 10 ABBA movies, Timini is wise enough to say, I am charging you 15 million, 10 million naira, 7 million naira to be on a Netflix production for just one project. Meanwhile, Zubby is doing the ABBA and he'll be going up and down from us. It was so funny that, do you know that the movie that we went to shoot, that I followed Linda for, Destiny Etiko was on 4 different sets, 4 different locations, or 3. And she's leaving this one, she's coming to shoot this one, she was causing delay. That is the inconvenience for them, but the money was coming. But a Timini would rather cut a check for 5 million naira for just one job, sit in his hotel room while they put a call through to him that, okay, it's time for you to come on board. Then it's done with his stuff, then it's out. Even then, Linda Osifa was like, she needs the local, this thing, she needs to do the ABBA thing and all. I was like, okay, it's all good. I think we did 1 or 2, 3, and she realized the stress doesn't even worth it like that. You get me? So for me, I feel, I am just saying it. See, you don't have to agree to anything I am saying. But in reality, Timini already said it. Sure, you think saying all those one are going to borrow on our friend's car and everything. And that is the simple reality about most of all this. Let us look at it like, as I went, Timini was doing doings. Zubby was probably still somewhere in Inewi trying to figure out how he's going to like pop, doing rascality role, doing, getting all these roles just to push himself out there to look like the bad guy. And after a while, he linked up with them, Davido, Chief Cubana, and everything just changed all of a sudden. Then maybe 1 or 2 businesses were coming in, and piece of the cake was getting to him. You can't compare his profile to Timini's profile. Timini is, when you talk about a guy that is humble, God, Timini is extremely humble. Like that dude literally, that dude is just awesome. I there was a time I engaged him, and his PA was on that set, a normal PA, but his PA's got passion for acting. And I think he spoke to the producer like, can you just put my boy on? He can do this, he can do that. They needed an extra, and Timini literally put his PA on for that project. That's how awesome Timini can be. He's that kind of a guy that he hardly talks. Timini talks, not like he doesn't talk, but I feel like he's not that bragging type, he doesn't feel the need for it. Like, I feel like he has got it to that stage right from day one for Timini. I think he sees himself like someone that doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. And I think that's one of the major reasons why I like him. So this talk of I am the richest, I am the famous of anything. Well, depending on your definition of what rich and famous is. But for me, track record speaks a lot. And not just track records. The project you've put in, your face value, and the platform